Hello and welcome back. In this episode we'll be making a few chests and crates for the dungeon, just like the ones you can see here, and as always there'll be a link to the PDF file for these in the description. So yeah, let's get started. Okay then, the first thing we're going to have a go at making is one of the crates. So once we've cut one of those out, we'll need to separate the main piece from the two sides, and we can then glue the main piece to some thin cereal box style cardboard. Then we'll take the two sides and glue those to some thin single corrugated cardboard. And there we go. Once those have dried, we can cut them out, like so, and we'll also need to score the main piece between each of the panels. Then we can bend that into shape, and here I am just dry fitting one of the side pieces to make sure it fits okay. Right then, next we'll need to apply a tiny spot of hot glue to the top of one of those pieces, and then glue it into place. And then we'll do exactly the same thing for the other side. Then we're going to kind of squeeze the two sides of the main piece up against the exposed corrugated edges of one of the pieces that we just glued into place, making sure that they form nice sharp corners, and then we can run a line of hot glue along the inside edge. Though admittedly, this can be a bit tricky if you've only got a cheap glue gun, like myself, so as you can see here, I'm actually spreading the glue around it with a toothpick, just to make sure that it's pushed fully into the corners, and so that it's also in contact with both pieces of cardboard. So there you go, that's the one side glued in place, now for the other side. And as you can see, we're just going to repeat the exact same process. Though I do need to point out that you should be careful while doing this, as the heat from the glue can transfer through the cardboard while you're holding the pieces together. Anyway, once we're done, we should end up with something that looks like this. And if you're wondering why I've not gone with a simple kind of fold-up papercraft cube for this kind of thing, it's simply because I find this to be quicker, and also because they are a lot more sturdy when you build them this way. So yeah, that's how to build one of the crates, and the procedure is exactly the same for the smaller boxes as well. Okay then, now we'll have a go at making a chest, and these are made in a very similar way, so we'll first need to separate the main piece from the sides, and then glue those sides to some thin corrugated cardboard. But for the main piece, we'll cut an empty toilet roll tube in half, and then glue the texture in place, so that we're taking advantage of the curved shape of the tube. Then we're going to exaggerate that curve a little bit, just by bending it around a pen or similar. Once again, we'll need to cut those out once they've dried, and then it's a very similar procedure to the crates. So I'll just add a spot of hot glue to the very top of one of the sides, just enough to hold it in place while I make sure it's roughly central, like so. Then I'll hold the main piece in place while applying some hot glue to the inside, smearing the hot glue around again if necessary, and that should result in something like this. And then we can do exactly the same thing for the other side. So here I am doing just that. So this is how it should look when we're finished. It really is that simple. Then it's up to you whether you decide to keep them as individual pieces, like all those that you can see here, or whether you want to glue several of them together to make a nice piece of area terrain, or maybe even a few of each. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. As always, I'll leave you with a picture of some of these pieces in action, and I've also included a few barrels and sacks from episode 3, just for some added variety. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do let me know if you ever go building any of this stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.